On behalf of Fine Organics Industries Limited and JV Organics and Polymers Private Limited, we express our gratitude and thanks to IPI Governing Council and the Mumbai chapter for organizing this joint endowment program, giving us the opportunity to address the plastic fraternity all over the country. This is not the first time that we are organizing joint endowment program. In fact, in the past, we have sponsored such program at other chapters as well. Friends, JV Organics and Polymers and the Fine Organics believe in dissemination of information on polymer additives and compounding as wide as possible, since enough emphasis is not given in this particular area in polymer education and training. To promote this idea, JV Organics have created an endowment at UDCT Mumbai, under which the visiting fellow is invited to share the latest information about the technology and application of additives and their impact on the performance of the polymers and compounds. This actually, this program is actually going on since last 20 years. With the same idea, we have created a similar endowment at the IPI platform, and the annual program on additives and compounding is organized at various chapters. I am also pleased to state that the Fine Organic Industry Limited have also instituted an endowment program with the same objective at IPI. And since last 15 years or so, we have an occasion to have promoting this program jointly at all chapters. As a sponsor, we are delighted that today's program has two stalwart as a speaker. Nanomaterials as polymer additives being presented by none other than Professor Anup Ghosh of IIT Delhi, who has very kindly consented to share his experience and knowledge on a growing nanoscience and technology with special reference to his application as polymer additives. Friends, likewise, nanomaterials are very little known and very least known as an additive. And I am sure that today's presentation by Professor Ghosh would easily be which will be interesting to all concerned. Similarly, another presentation of equally interesting is by Amrita Poekar of Fine Organics Limited. She will speak on Finagard AM, a green microbial additive for plastics. And I have no doubt that all participants will enjoy her presentation as well. Both Fine Organics Limited and JV Organics Private Limited are thankful to Sri Hariram Thakkarji for making it convenient to be with us this afternoon, and also thanks Sri Kunal Kamdar for organizing this program. I am glad to learn that the total registration is more than 400 for this program, and almost more than 100 people are in attendance. And I'm sure that the audience will be taking home interesting information through this presentation. Once again, I wish the participants of today's program good health, immunity, safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kindly note, we'll have a question and answer session at the end of both the presentations. Please write your questions in the chat box with the name of the speaker. Now, our today's first speaker of the event is Dr. Amrita Poekar, B.Tech in Polymer Engineering from ICT Mumbai and PhD from IIT-B Monash Research Academy, which is an Indian-Australian research partnership. She is working with Fine Organics for more than 4 years in the product application development and technical services. Dr. Amrita Poekar will deliver the lecture on Finagard, which is a green antimicrobial additive for plastics. Please welcome Dr. Amrita Poekar.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for that kind introduction. And with permission from all, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think getting to talk with Anup sir, probably that's an honor to be a part of the entire team here. Thank you so much. So I will be sharing my screen now, Sandeep sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. I would request you to please confirm when you see the slide.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh, thank you so much. So, hello everybody who has taken time out. Thank you so much. Today, we Fine Organics would like to share with you about a very interesting additive. Of course, we have a range of additives that we keep on working with, we keep on innovating. However, I think this has been one of, well, our recent favorites, you can say. This is, before we dive into that, I would like to quickly share with all of you what do we do as Fine Organics. I'm sure most of you already have been associated with Fine Organics for many years, and those who haven't been able to, they will be soon probably. So we work with you to make things better through our additives. Our expertise and the focus is oleochemistry. So we work on products which help to add value to plastics. Our approach towards this particular exercise is, we try to understand what is the requirement from your side, and try to provide solutions which are suitable for the customers based on their interest and requirement. We also feature an in-house manufacturing technology. And our approach, as you can see, there are so many, I would say my mentors here at Fine Organics, they are all hardcore technical people and at the same time hardcore commercial people. So we truly believe in a techno-commercial approach. I think technical and commercial goes hand in hand, and that's what has been our, I would say, key to success. Sustainability, I think in the recent days or years, I would say we have been hearing a lot about it. But with Fine, this has been the concept since day one. Sustainability, in fact, is our foundation. We believe in connecting technology, environment, as well as functionality to the end application. This is a very, I would say, this is a modest attempt, I would say, to give a snapshot of overview of what kind of products do we have. As you can see, from slip additives to anti-fogging additives, we also have excellent wetting and dispersing additives, anti-stats, and we have multiple products for specialty applications, something like anti-scratching additives, additives which can help to promote flow, proper melt flow in the recycling, reprocessing, and the metal-free antimicrobial, which we will be having a look at today. So FinaGuard AM is an additive which we would describe as a green antimicrobial additive for plastics. Now, I think with the entire situation around right now, infection is the word that we keep on hearing a lot of times. But infection is nothing but a concern which was always there. Infection is when external microbes enter human systems and then they cause pathogenic effects. And as we can see here, WHO has given the guidelines long back that all the infections are preventable if we take proper measures. And those measures are as simple as standard surface cleaning processes, healthy habits. And there is a third point which we would like to emphasize on is the safer materials. Now, when we talk about safer materials, we are talking about using suitable additives which can help the materials to be safer for human beings as well as for the materials also. Now, when we talk about habits for hygiene, I think now more and more people are getting aware about the word hygiene, about the concern about microbes, probably carrying sanitizer everywhere, being concerned about their health and wellness. These are all the key driving factors of an increased use of antimicrobials in various applications, not just in plastics. So what do they do on plastics? First of all, why are microbes, microbial, whichever living things are problematic? Because if you see, microbes are present everywhere. Bacteria is not only present within us, outside us, even on our bodies. So, what is so much of a concern? When microbes grow out of scale and when they form colonies, they can really impact plastic as a material as well as human health by causing some infections or health related issues. Now, as you can see here on plastics, the effects can be by the fact that the microbes form a biofilm on the polymer surface, which is typically sticky in nature. They can also impart foul odor because now there are colonies present on the polymer surface. So they are living, they are multiplying, and pretty much the entire life cycles are happening on the polymer surface. The stickiness of these biofilms also can lead to other issues such as dust pickup and problems to aesthetics. When we talk about human health, we are talking about cross contamination. And I'm sure most of you will be aware that infection is a much more concerning factor than what we actually assume. So, antimicrobial additives have been providing help to protect both plastics as well as us. They help in minimizing all the issues that we just now discussed by either controlling the growth of microbes or by simply destroying the entire surface and make it clean. So these are two typical mechanisms by which antimicrobials work. So talking very technically, these are also called as biocide mechanism, where the antimicrobial will clean the surface by simply getting rid of the microbial or entire microbial colony. Or there is a second mechanism which is called as a biostat mechanism, where the cells are not killed immediately. It's just that their sustainability is made difficult. So it's difficult for them to sustain and grow and multiply and form that kind of a colony. Now, how do they do that typically? So if we look at all the traditional antimicrobial additives, they have one of the active components or something that they call as an active ingredient, which either has some toxic component or some toxicity so that the cells can be disrupted, or they have some kind of a metallic, non-metallic or metal oxide kind of a component which can help to disrupt the cell of bacteria. Now, if you look at the bacteria cell, it's of course these are unicell living things. However, the cell structure is fairly characteristic, and the metal ions which are present in the antimicrobials, which are based on say metal, these ions have various mechanisms to interfere with the cell processes. So either the cell structure might be disrupted or the biological process such as nutrient assimilation. And the third mechanism is where the ions form free oxygen radicals and thereby creating oxidative stress. On the other hand, in case of biostat, we're looking at maybe establishing various interactions with the cell's wall and try to minimize the multiplication of the bacteria cell. Now, these solutions have been present for decades in this particular case, and well, the use is just increasing day by day in multiple applications. When such things are happening, of course, there are certain concerns which are being talked about. Even WHO has raised a concern about antibacterial, additive resistant uh, microbes which are growing. Now, since we are loading the products with so much of antimicrobial that the bacteria now is getting resistant to it. And once we have resistant bacteria, it will be really difficult to then look for something which can control it. Second aspect is definitely about the component which I was mentioning, is the toxic active ingredient. It can definitely help us to achieve antibacterial activity. However, there is a possibility that it can cause some issues for our health as humans or even aquatic life. All such concerns are now being studied at a very detailed scale, and more such concerns will be raised. In that case, how do we ensure that we get protection to plastics as well as us in a very sustainable, safe, and of course commercially suitable way? So there is a 3D question in front of us: what to do. Now here we introduce FinaGuard AM, and I would say the key features in this case is first of all, it's free from any metal oxide, or even any other inorganic component. It's green in nature, it's derived from vegetable oils, and it's suitable for polymer processing. And the best part about it is able to offer effective antibacterial activity in the plastics. We have evaluated this particular product by following a globally accepted test method, which is called as JIS Z2801. The description of this test method is it helps to determine the antibacterial activity and efficacy in non-porous materials like plastics. This test method helps to quantify uh, a term called as antibacterial activity, which is depicted by R, capital R, as you can see here, for two major bacteria which are pathogenic, which are also called as gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria respectively. So these are famously known as E. coli bacteria, and this is Staphylococcus aureus. Now both these have been the culprit for most of the human infections. This test method, I'll just briefly say what happens in this test method is we have a specimen either in terms of a polymer film containing the additive or an injection molded specimen. Based on the requirement in the test method, the specimens are sterilized. Further, a known amount of bacteria is introduced on the specimens. Now, sterilization ensures that all the present bacteria are cleaned, so there is no bacteria present on the surface. And then with the inoculation, we are introducing known amount of bacteria. They are allowed to incubate, that is to grow for 24 hours with suitable conditions of humidity and temperature. And at the end of it, they are counted. The antibacterial activity is calculated based on this mathematical formula where essentially we are looking at how much of bacteria could grow on the treated sample with respect to untreated sample. Of course, we expect with effective antibacterial activity, we reduce the growth on treated sample, and thereby we get R value based on this particular test method is equal to 2 or greater than 2 in order to pass the test. In our case, we have tested FinaGuard AM in polyolefins as well as PVC. Here we will be featuring our data for polypropylene. As you can see, the film specimens and injection molded specimens were evaluated with this method. And we can see very clearly that in case of gram-negative as well as gram-positive bacteria, we are able to achieve antibacterial activity, that is R, greater than 2, which is comparable with a reference metal-based conventional additive, which is used for antimicrobial functionality. Now, in case of gram-positive as well as gram-negative bacteria, the observations are consistent. In the next part, what we have done is, in order to ensure that the additive is working equally well for molded specimens, which will be subjected to water washing more often than the films, of course, we have introduced a little pre-treatment condition where the injection molded specimens were washed with water for pretty prolonged time, that is 40 hours at 80 degrees Celsius. So what we are doing is we are simulating the effect of multiple washings by raising the temperature. The specimens were then cooled and again subjected to the same test method, and where what we found is at 0.3 as well as 0.75 active perspective content, FinaGuard AM still has exhibited antibacterial activity, and where we passed the test as compared to the metal-based additive. So overall, what we see here is FinaGuard AM is offering very effective antibacterial activity in PP film as well as PP molded specimens. Now, in case of PVC, the concern is slightly different than the polyolefins. When we talk about typically the soft PVC applications, the presence of plasticizer makes the material vulnerable to not only bacteria but also fungus. Now, if you see overall, there are microbes of multiple types. It can be bacteria, it can be virus, it can be fungus, it can be algae, and many others. However, bacteria and fungi are the type of microbes which can use plastic as their food or as their substrate to grow on. Now, in case of PVC, because of the plasticizer, fungal growth also becomes a concern. So what we have done is, in the typical soft PVC formulation, we have tested Finagard AM against a biocide, which is of the type DCOIT. We can, so simply put, this is a biocide which contains sulfur as active agent. Now here you can see there are two tests which we have conducted on the PVC specimens. One is the same as earlier, antibacterial activity determination test. And the second one is ASTM G21, which is a test method which helps to determine the resistance to fungal growth on polymeric material. Now, in this case, what we have observed is